AGI, or artificial general intelligence, is one of the hottest topics in the AI world right now. You've probably heard some news stories about it, maybe even some wild speculation. Here's what you need to know about AGI and what it means for the future. First things first, what is AGI? AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence, and it refers to a type of artificial intelligence that is equivalent to or greater than human intelligence. In other words, an AI system that can perform any intellectual task that a human being can do. This includes things like understanding natural language, recognizing patterns, learning new skills, solving problems, and even being creative. To date, all of the AI that we've seen is what we call narrow or weak AI. It's designed to perform a specific task, and it can be very good at that task, like beating us at chess or diagnosing a medical condition. But it can't do anything beyond its programming. AGI, on the other hand, would be a truly general-purpose AI. It would be able to learn and perform any intellectual task that a human can. So how do we get there? Well, one way is to simply continue down the current path of AI development. As AI systems become more and more sophisticated, they will eventually reach a point where they are indistinguishable from human intelligence. Another approach is to take a more biological approach to AI, which involves trying to replicate the human brain as closely as possible. This is what some experts believe is necessary to truly achieve AGI. After all, if we can create an artificial brain that functions just like the real thing, then in theory, it should be able to do everything that a human brain can do. But why do we want AGI in the first place? Well, there are many reasons. One is that it would simply be a great tool to have. Imagine an AI that could help us with everything from scientific discovery to making everyday decisions. It could potentially help us solve some of the world's most difficult problems. Another reason is that it would be a huge step forward for humanity. Achieving AGI would likely be seen as one of the greatest scientific achievements in history. It would fundamentally change what it means to be human and would usher in a new era for our species. Of course, there are also risks involved in creating AGI. Many experts agree that it could potentially lead to job losses on a massive scale as machines become capable of doing pretty much anything that we can do. There are also concerns that AGI could potentially pose a threat to humanity as a whole. And if we create an intelligence that is smarter than us, there is no guarantee that it will be benevolent. So what do you think? Is AGI something to be desired or feared? Personally, I think that the potential benefits outweigh the risks. I believe that AGI will ultimately help us solve some of the world's most difficult problems and that it will ultimately make our lives better. Of course, it's important to proceed with caution and to make sure that we create AGI in a responsible and ethical manner. But I think the potential rewards are just too great not to pursue. What about you? Do you think AGI is worth the risk? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe and leave a like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Now, one of the biggest challenges in developing AGI is the fact that we don't really know how the human brain works. Even if we could replicate the structure of the brain, we still wouldn't know how to make it function properly. We don't know how to turn information into thoughts, emotions into actions, or experiences into memories. Without a better understanding of the brain, it's unlikely that we'll be able to create a true artificial general intelligence. One promising approach to solving this problem is to study the brain using advanced neuroimaging techniques such as fMRI and EEG. By studying the brain, we can learn how different regions of the brain are involved in different tasks and how they work together to produce complex behaviors. This knowledge can then be used to develop better AI algorithms that mimic the structure and function of the human brain. Another promising approach is to develop new ways of measuring intelligence. Currently, we tend to measure intelligence using IQ tests, which are designed to test a narrow range of cognitive abilities. But intelligence is a complex trait that is influenced by a wide range of factors. Developing new ways of measuring intelligence will help us better understand what it means to be intelligent and how to achieve it in machines. Finally, it's important to remember that AGI is not necessarily the goal of AI research. Some researchers are perfectly happy developing narrow AI systems that excel at specific tasks. Others are more interested in developing AI systems that can interact with humans in a natural and intuitive way. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to AI, and AGI is just one possible research goal among many. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.